Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Hey, hey, tomorrow's just your future, yes.
My next guest tonight is an archaeologist and Egyptologist in the new Discovery Channel special, Secrets of Egypt's Lost Queen, which premieres July the 15th. Take a look at this.
So I'm looking at these images of Hatshepsut, removed here, removed here. She's removed here from this purification scene. Goes all the way up to the ceilings. They brought in scaffolding to remove her everywhere that they could. What I don't understand is what it was that this woman did that was so wrong and horrible that they had to actually remove her image, remove her names, make sure that she ceased to exist in that Karnak temple space. And the thing is, this is not just in this room, it's not just in Karnak temple, it's in the entire Theban region, it's in all of Egypt. The images of Hatshepsut as king had to be removed.
Please welcome the very lovely Cooney, everybody. Cooney. Cara, welcome, welcome. How lovely to see you. You look lovely in your red dress.
Thank you.
Yeah, some of the gentlemen in the audience are barking. They're barking in a rather sophisticated fashion at you.
Well, I have my archaeology look, the khakis, the shirt, and then I have my talk show look.
You should do a bit of archaeology and that stuff. That would.
It's practical. It doesn't work quite so well.
I don't know. Bending over with a little trowel, it would work for me.
You know what? I'm not going to touch that.
I think I found something.
I'm not touching. If I showed up in this in Egypt, in the middle of Cairo, anywhere,
maybe not
it would
in
be
Egypt.
really bad.
Yeah,
and I'm already a circus freak in that town.
Why are you a circus freak in Cairo? Why?
Well, I'm 6 foot tall, so
yes, you are
I walk
6 foot
down
tall.
the street, and seriously, blocks of people stop and look at me and go, "Oh my God!" Children cry. Look at the tall lady. And well, I have one good story. So Cairo is a safe place. I'm safer there than Los Angeles, New York at 4 in the morning. I feel very safe, but it's a very in-your-face place.
Right.
So people are always talking, yelling, "Come to my perfume shop. Do you want to see the pyramids?" Blah, blah, blah.
Well, that happens out there in L.A. You'll hear that any night of the week out there.
One day, and this is towards the end of 6 months in Egypt, and I was very like, don't make eye contact with men, just keep walking, keep walking. And so I'm walking along, and this big man in a galabeah, which is like a long flowing Egyptian robe, I can see he's going to block my path. He's going to make trouble. And I think to myself, oh, just keep walking. And this big man stops in the middle of the sidewalk and says, "Welcome, tall woman." And the whole street laughed. Everybody cracked up. I cracked up, and the freak show went on. It was all good. So,
I should have done that when you come out. When I introduced you, I should have said, "Welcome, tall woman. Come, sit." Now, what have you've been doing out in I first met you at the...
we met at King Tut in 2005.
Right, the King Tut thing.
Yeah, we go back way back.
Yeah. Well, not as far back as the stuff you're usually working with.
No,
but
the dead people, no, not that
Have you ever been looking on a hieroglyph in a pyramid and seen anything that looks like Bob Barker at all?
No. Well, there is a hieroglyph for a little old guy.
Well, no, that ain't him. So... No, if you're looking for a... Oh, yeah.
So no.
Now, what have you been doing out there in Egypt then? What is this lost queen of Egypt?
Lost queen of Egypt, Hatshepsut. Can you say it?
Hatshepsut?
Yeah, that's good.
Hatshepsut.
Yeah, because most people can't pronounce it. They say Hatshepsut.
I say Hatshepsut.
Stumble over it. That works too.
Hatshepsut.
But you have to go with the hat.
Yeah.
You practice.
You
actually practice. How will I remember this? That's smart. Hatshepsut was a queen of Egypt.
Right.
And actually, at the death of her husband, and then 7 years later on, she took on the kingship. So she actually claimed to be a man,
Why did she claim to be a man?
Wore a false beard.
She went topless and claimed to be a man? Who does she think she is? Jack Nicholson?
I don't get that at all.
It's a callback to a joke we did another night.
Hillary, I didn't get that.
Well, see, Jack Nicholson was on the beach recently and he took his top off and he's got lady breasts, really.
He's got man breasts.
Yeah, man breasts, yeah.
Well,
lady breasts would be a different thing.
They found the mummy, and the mummy's got
the mummy's
breasts. So if she did go topless, even in sacred priestly processions, she had it going on.
So she said, "I'm a man. I just happen to have breasts. Don't worry about it. I'm the queen, king."
She couldn't use the word queen because queen is just the wife of the king. So it doesn't really mean anything. So she had to take on the masculine gender. She had to be very ambivalent about it because she was still a woman. Everyone knew it. And she had the full support of the priesthood. She had the full support of the elites. You can't make this kind of a shift without that support.
Yeah, and a bit of surgery, to be honest.
Which she didn't go that far.
No, right, okay.
You know, just did the dressing and all of that.
All right,
and, yes. The depictions.
Move on.
Yeah. And the cool thing about Hatshepsut is that everyone calls her the scheming queen and the queen who tried to take power away from the rightful heir, who was Thutmose III. And really, she's the one that laid the groundwork for this guy's empire. She's the one that laid the groundwork to make sure that he had succession of the throne without any sort of contest. And he was able, they call him the Napoleon of Egypt.
Who was the Napoleon?
Thutmose III.
Thutmose
and
III.
This is the guy that she ruled with. He was her co-king. So she didn't push him out completely. She ruled with him, but she was much older than him.
Right.
And then she gave him the reins of the army. So if he wanted to take her out, he could have.
What,
he just
take,
didn't.
What, take her
As
out?
in
Like,
kill her, assassinate,
kill her. Yeah.
take her out.
I thought you meant, you know,
take her out.
Let's go to Hooters or something. Hey, what now? Why? I mean, you're an Egyptologist, right? That's your job. You're an Egyptologist.
Yes.
What? How many Egyptologists are there in America? Do you have a union?
No, we should.
You should have a union, yeah.
In America, 500 maybe.
Yeah. Is it a tight knit community? Is a lot of backbiting and scheming and?
There's not a lot of backbiting and scheming, but we do get together at yearly conferences and drink a lot.
I see.
Lots of gin and tonic. This is where I learned to drink whiskey straight up on a dig. So we do, yeah.
How dare you say that about Hatshepsut?
Do you know how much I'm going to get? Just this Discovery Channel show, do you know how much hell I'm going to get from my colleagues for this?
What?
Because there's a part where I say, I would love to believe that she was trained to be king. And then they cut me right before I said, but of course that would never happen.
Right.
So they're going to see this, and they're all going to write me emails and say, Kara, how could you say such a horrible thing? And I'm going to get all of
it. It's show business, bitch. Get used to it. Tell them that.
Exactly.
Tell them that.
They cut me when they cut me, and that's who they cut me.
That's the way it happens.
Yeah.
Kara, I could talk to you about Egypt for years.
You love talking about dead people.
Well, you know what it is? I don't know if it's just Egypt or it might just be you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's Egypt at all, but it's always lovely to see you. Kara Cooney, everybody. We'll be right back with Jeff Kay.